The Detroit Lions will be in the market for a wide receiver. Believe it or not, I believe there are only 3 under contract. We have Jamison Williams, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown, we've got Khalif Raymond, and we pretty much did all of last year with those 3. And then we signed Ronnie Bell to a future reserve contract. We also had Tim Patrick on a 1-year deal, picked him up off from the Denver Broncos, and signed Allen Robinson as well. But those receivers, Tim Patrick and Allen Robinson, will not be on the Lions this year unless they're re-signed. So you can see it from the banner below. The 33rd team made a prediction that the Lions sign Stefon Diggs and free signed Stefon Diggs and free it. That the Lions signed Stefon Diggs and free. Let's just get this out the way. Coming from the Detroit Times via the 33rd team, says they predict wide receiver Stefon Diggs to sign with the Lions in free agency. And I predict that in 5 years, I will have $117 billion in my bank account. I will be the richest person in the world. I will want for nothing. I will take care of my entire family. I will give money to charity. I will do all of these things. We can want a lot of things. We can predict a lot of things, but some things are just not going to happen. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to happen. I am so confident that this will not happen, that I would almost, if it wasn't absolutely dumb, would put my entire YouTube channel on the fact that they would not sign Stefon Diggs. This guy is a literal thorn everywhere he goes. But just for entertainment purposes, let's take a look to entertain the 33rd team. Drafted in the 5th round, he will be 32 years old, more than halfway through the season. Can you believe it's been 10 seasons that he's been in the league? Seems like it all went by so fast. 5th round pick, made a name for itself, coming off a shortened season with the Houston Texans. Minnesota. Now, one thing that you will realize is I believe that Stefon Diggs has been traded every single time that he's moved teams. I don't remember if he hit free agency. He was a 5th round pick, so he got a 4-year deal. That would be these 4. I'm not sure if he signed a deal somewhere in here, maybe got an extension. They traded him away in 2019. This was after the Minneapolis Miracle. Then he goes to Buffalo. They traded him to Houston. Houston must have thought that their Super Bowl window was now. They made a trade for him. He's been healthy the majority of his career, missing a few games here and there, but this is the first time I think he's been injured this majorly. And it was a non-contact injury, went down halfway through the season. All right? This is what Spot Track is predicted for him to get 1 year. Y'all ready for this? $13 million for 1 season. I might be willing to pay that to a lot of other wide receivers, but not him. I think that he is going to get a 1-year deal. This guy is a literal thorn in every team side that he's ever been on. I don't understand. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm here, and myself and other creators, to debunk the ridiculous predictions. Yes, it is something to talk about. That might be why that this is here. Just something to throw it at the wall. We need to talk about something. And I get it. I'm in the business of talking about things too, but I'm also in the business, being an actual Detroit Lions fan, of telling you what I think my team is going to do. And even if I wanted them to do this, they would not do it, because Stefon Diggs is a literal problem wherever he goes. It's funny. Josh Allen had an MVP season after he left. His number 1 wide receiver was like a 3rd wide receiver on other teams. They had better production after this man left. This man, and it's sad because he's a pretty decent player, especially in his prime. Stefon Diggs was probably one of the top receivers in the game. Not anymore. He can still do a little something. Very eager to see. I did see a clip of him a couple of months ago. Maybe it was sometime during the season, where he was balancing on a ball, catching other footballs. So he had the hurt leg on the ball. It was 1 leg, and he's catching footballs. The leg was super skinny. Now, of course, this is early. This is months ago. So he has 6+ months to get himself together. But he will not play for the Detroit Lions. In no circumstance do I see this happening. Not a one. He's been healthy the majority of his career, but sometimes I just could. If Brad Holmes was to do this, I would be. He's not. He's not. I'm very curious to know where he could land. The Detroit Lions will trade for Cooper Kupp before this happens. The Detroit Lions will trade for Myles Garrett before this happens. The Detroit Lions will trade for Max Crosby before this. You see where I'm going here? They would not. He will be a free agent, and none of that. We are not going to sign Stefon Diggs. I have the utmost confidence. If we did hypothetically sign Stefon Diggs, I would begin to wonder, what are we doing? I would really begin to question the direction of this football team. I would go back and I would start to wonder, who could we have drafted? If we were going to bring a player like this in here, who could we have drafted that had any type of team or character issues? Who did we pass on? What opportunities did we blow? It's not going to happen. This is ludicrous, in my opinion, that Stefon Diggs winds up. He just in no way fits what we're trying to do. And I don't see the Detroit Lions making any type of adjustments or anything like that. They're not going to change their character philosophy. They're not going to do all of that. They're going to stick with what's pretty much, if you don't already fit in what the Lions are trying to do, you will not be part of the team. So that's my thought. This will not happen. My YouTube channel, if it wasn't as big and as important to me as it was, and just frankly stupid to do, I'm not a betting guy. But if I was and I was dumb, then I would do that. But not going to happen. So therefore, I have nothing to worry about. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. You might be one of the few ones that would take Stefon Diggs on like a 1-year deal. He would be like gangrene, bruh. He would come in and like a virus. He would come in and just clamp down and start to spread the virus, and then you would have to like get rid of all the pieces that were infected. That's how this guy is, man. He just is he's a virus spreader. He's a locker room killer. There's a word I want to say, but you know, people go through things battling this particular thing, so I don't want to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I'll use the word virus. But he is a virus to any team. Every team that he's been on up until the Houston Texans has traded him. So the Minnesota Vikings traded him. The Buffalo Bills traded him. And from the moment he got there, he's unhappy. He's unhappy. Every single year, Stefon Diggs was unhappy. There's no way that the Detroit Lions do this. No way at all. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I have filled out my registration for the NFL Combine. Hopefully all this snow that we're getting is actually 2 weeks from today. We got a bunch of snow today. We getting a bunch of snow Saturday. I know some places in Michigan are getting it worse. It is still the heart of winter. We've got about 6 weeks left. I hope that it's one of those weekends that it doesn't snow. I can make the drive, but I have registered for the Combine. It is free. Parking is also free. I'm kind of excited. The plan is to go Thursday. The first day is when the defensive lineman will be there. That's honestly the only position I care about. So that's the only day I plan on going. It does begin. The drills begin at 6. You got to be out the building by 9. You can be in. I think the gates open at 1. So looks like it's going to be that type of day. I get to probably take a better look at Lucas Oil. I'm intrigued to know if the whole stadium will be open or if just sections will be open. But I went for the game in November that the Lions played. It was a nice stadium, and hopefully can get a better look and up close and stuff like that. So that's the update. Got some stuff coming as well that I'm excited about it. I believe I'm going to get it next week, but I'm excited to show you guys when I do get it. Anyway, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Let me know what you think about Stefon Diggs. It is not going to happen. I know this, you know this, but it's still something to talk about.